Hello, I'm Taylor Gunn.
Hello, I am John Douglas. This is maybe round 2. You might be able to hear us, you might not. We can't tell.
We don't know. We don't know what's going on back here.
Yeah.
It's
But we do know that we've got
Elves v.
Elves v humans.
Oh, it's humans. I thought it said something else.
The great genocide ignited once again.
Just race wars.
So blue-black control is going to be viable in standard after Dominaria hits. Yeah.
Confirm.
Yeah, the deck's fine. So it's not going to be a good week 1 deck.
No. Do you think it's going to be a week 5 deck?
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I can't wait to find some, get some Moto Leagues popping, get some,
Yeah, this Friday.
It comes out on Moto on Friday?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm considering, so I have the old red deck minus Phoenixes
Phoenix. You don't have Phoenix?
online.
Online.
I have them in IRL.
You know how much a Phoenix is worth online?
Like 40 tickets or something absurd.
40 goddamn dollars.
I've not...
Billy Caminos, what are the odds I play an hour promise deck at the Pro Tour? Pretty slim. So if I had to, like, if the Pro Tour was tomorrow and they're like, all right, what deck are you bringing? I would probably bring
Red deck?
Godfarer's Gift.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's quite the call.
It's just what I'm most familiar with right now.
Only 25 online. They're 30 in paper.
Nice little hundo for a plane set. Play set? Plane set.
A plain set.
Plane set. Who plane sets?
No, that's not so bad.
Nah.
I can come up with a hundo in Magic cards. I try not to spend cash on Magic. I try and, like, sell cards to finance what I want to do elsewhere.
I mean, if you played it more, then you could make the money back.
Concur. If I were to grind Moto like I should.
Like you should.
Um,
I'm no longer on Billy Caminos' fantasy team because the odds are against playing Hour Promise deck. I'm going to have a Hour Promise deck that I'm going to test. That's going to happen.
oh, that exists?
Yeah.
Okay. We haven't discussed this one yet.
It 100% has Muldrotha in it. The Gravetide.
I don't know this one.
Oh,
is this the Simic guy?
Yes.
Where you
well,
can
not
play
Simic, it's Sultai.
Sultai, that's what I mean.
But yeah.
Where you can play one of each type out of the graveyard every turn?
Yeah, that card's sick. So my goal is, after the Pro Tour, this isn't a Pro Tour goal. My goal is to have a Brawl deck that I can just shuffle up and bring to, like, an F&M with that guy in it.
Oh, sure. And just play the same 60 in Brawl and F&M every round?
Yeah. Awakening Cadavers. Why would I not play Blue-Black Control week 1 of Dominaria? So, week 1 of a new format, you typically just don't want to play Control, period.
Because...
You don't know what the metagame is, so you don't know what you're trying to control.
Right.
And also, Blue-Black Control is... It's a weapon. Like, you use it to fight a specific metagame, and it has very specific card choices to combat that metagame.
Yes.
And if you don't know the type of fight you're going to get in, you don't know what type of weapon to bring.
Yeah, like, if people are playing a lot of Weatherlights, you might need to play a different card than Fatal Push.
No, it's still fine.
It's okay.
Aggro is typically better week 1, mostly because it's the most straightforward and linear. You don't want to be caught bringing a sword to a flail fight, is basically what I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah, there's going to be lots of flailing going on in Standard. I think you're correct about that card. we had a discussion. He's like, how many chain flingers do you want in your deck? And I said, well, the red deck's good in part because you get to play a lot of these non-basics that don't produce colored mana.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, you have to sacrifice that to play these chain flingers. And I said 2, unless you want to change the mana base.
Right.
But I think 2 in the main, 2 in the board is where you want to be to start.
Okay.
But if you want to change the mana base, you could easily play 4, and it would be very good.
Yeah, I think 4 in the main, as many in the board as you're willing to cheat in.
As loosey-goosey as you're allowed want to make it, huh?
Yeah. Listen, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Sneak that 5th and 6th
Oh, boy.
chain whirler in there.
Listen, I'm glad you have that opinion, because I'm not saying there's cheaters on the Pro Tour, but there's definitely people... You definitely have to watch what people are doing.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the harder part, because I do a lot of thinking on my opponent's turn.
Yes.
So, like, it's hard to be thinking and watching them play Magic. Sometimes
Correct.
to, like, make sure they're resolving their spells correctly and that kind of stuff. Things are going into the right zones.
Yeah, as you're more familiar with the format, then... Like,
Yeah,
that
that
there's a lot
becomes-
less thought that's required.
Right.
At least you get to focus that thought about very specific things. Addison Duff taking down game 1 with Elves.
In a quick fashion.
The quickest fashion imaginable.
Well, those elves, they're quick and nimble.
The humans are not a slow tribe.
No?
No.
All right.
They explode onto the battlefield.
Can we talk about a bone I want to pick with J.R.R. Tolkien?
I mean, he's dead, so the only bones you're going to be picking are his out of his grave.
Oh, that's awkward. I'll decline. Well, not this. Well, okay, here's the thing.
He's got a book coming out.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is that what your bone is about?
No. It's about the elves in his world.
Okay.
They seem to be just, like, awesome in every way. Like, there's no downside to being an elf.
There's no downside. There is a downside to being an elf.
What's the downside to being an elf?
You're practically immortal.
Is that bad?
That's awful.
But you go to Valinor.
Yeah?
So just, like, at some point, you're just like, all right, Valinor it
Yeah,
is.
you go to the retirement home and live there for the rest of eternity.
Yeah, with all your other elf friends that are also there in Valinor, like...
And all hate each other in their lives and just want to end everything. But you can't. Because you're an elf.
All right, well... I guess that seems like the least awesome downside. I mean, it's like the least painful downside. Like, humans are like, we're inherently greedy, or, you know, we can't handle power. We're corrupt. That's our downside in that universe.
Okay.
And that's just like a horrible down. Like, we have a whole character flaw.
Right, but our upside
Is
that we're heroes. Like, we can overcome that and be great.
yeah, but the elves are already great.
No, they're not. The elves are just average.
Oh, the elves are just the bar.
Yeah, the elves are the bar.
Okay, interesting. I never viewed them that way. I just thought the elf, like, they're the best healers. They've got the elf bread, whatever it's called. That's just like
Yeah, bread.
the awesome bread that, like, you eat like.
I mean, it's no Hobbit cuisine, but
You eat like an ounce and a half of this bread and you're just full.
yeah, sure. You want to live in immortality on MREs for the rest of your life? Is that what this is?
No, well, sure. If I'm immortal, do you have any idea what kind of wealth you could amass if you were immortal?
I mean, none if you're living in the trees.
No, plenty if you're living in the trees.
I mean, you get a lot of leaves. That's about it.
A lot of green up there in those trees.
Hey-o.
Man, this elf deck's off to a lot of green. Look at that. Look at that board.
Look at all them greens. You know who really got the short end of the stick? The goblins.
Yeah, the goblins are just like bad trolls. They're just like evil trolls, right?
No, they're bad orcs.
Oh, sure. Well, I thought they were like the dwarves or
The trolls are like pseudo giants in Tolkien.
Okay.
Because they had the scene with the 3 trolls, and they were like
Oh, right, right, right.
So then you have the goblins that are just like the comic relief bad guy.
Well, no, I meant dwarves, not trolls. They're
Oh.
just evil dwarves.
Well, no, the dwarves are
like-
like industrious and smart.
Right, and the goblins are just like they live in the mountains too, but they're just like dumb and
Yeah, they're
kind of like
dumb and
like
comical.
to steal things and
Yeah. Who wants to be a gobbo? Do you want to be a goblin?
No, I mean I wouldn't pick goblin wouldn't be my first pick, but I can't imagine it would be that bad of a life.
It's pretty bad.
Like so like I know how I feel around people that are smarter than me,
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily make me feel bad. I'm just like, "Oh, they're smarter than me."
Right.
But I don't know how like I think I'm decently smart.
Right.
So I don't know how people that are like actually dumb like people that just can't, you know.
So goblins are the type of people that post things on Hamilton County Buy Sell Trade Facebook group.
That was a nice one today.
That was a nice
There
one.
was so you guys there's these like yard sale Facebook groups. Everybody's aware of these, right? Sure, in the chat. All right. Somebody was selling 3 18-packs of Budweiser on one of them today.
$40.
$40.
No questions asked.
No questions asked. No, but like we always find like the most hillbilly things on these yard sale groups and share them with each other. It's very funny.
Yes. Hamilton isn't.
Well, that one was Butler County.
That one was Butler County.
Brandon removed himself from the Hamilton County one.
Why?
I don't know, but I tried to tag him in one and he wasn't there. I was like, Brandon, what are you doing? So we'll just have to screenshot him from here
The
on out.
whole city of Hamilton is like a goblin warren. Everybody
Okay.
in Hamilton is a goblin.
All right. What about the people that make it out of Hamilton?
Industrious goblins.
Looks like these elves aren't getting industrious on that turn. Held back.
Yeah, I can't tell what any of these cards are, but he's got multiple more cards out than Brent does, so maybe he should have attacked. Can't tell.
Brent's got this, I think it's a Dark Confidant because we saw the top card of his library and he has a black card in play.
We just talked about Chain Whirler, so if you want a more in-depth answer, you can go back and watch the replay on Top Deck Productions' YouTube channel, which I'm sure this one will make it because it's of its riveting commentary. Yes, so I think Goblin Chain Whirler should be a 4 of, and Taylor thinks it's 2 in the main, 2 in the board, but he is the red deck expert. I'm merely a future Pro Tour competitor.
John Douglas swinging his credentials all over the place back here.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole reason you play.
So like, yeah, I just think you have to go up to like 20 mountains in the main deck to play it.
21, just all the mountains.
And I want to have access to my scavenging grounds.
Yeah, 3 scavenging grounds, 21 mountains.
But you also want like the one grasping dunes, or you want some of that other stuff.
You want to sack a land to give one thing -1/-1 instead of dealing 1 damage to everything and them and all of their planeswalkers, and having a 3/3 first strike body.
Oh, does that thing have first strike?
That thing is insane.
Jeez. I love that magic cards like gain text the more times you read them.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's my old age, but like that's been happening to me since Tasker. Like sometimes I'll read a card and be like, oh, it does that too. Like, sure.
Hoof, there it is. I think that's all she wrote for Brent Rogers.
Is that going to be the game?
I believe it is.
The whole ball game, huh? Or the game of Magic. The old Magic game. Are you going to use the sleeves that they provide you at the Pro Tour?
I don't know. Should I?
I think for day 2 you should.
No. I'll just play them in the top 8. I think they're theory crafting now.
Well, that's cool.
Billy Camino says do not, and I respect Billy Camino's
sleeve opinions.
Yes.
If you want to find other opinions from Bill Caminos, he's searchable. You can find him.
Yeah, find him. Ask him about your decks. He likes looking at brews.
Yes, he loves sharing his tech out of his deck list. He'll give you his deck list. What is this? MTG bot. What?
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Is that Huel?
That's not Huel.
Okay.
There's no pea protein in it, so we know it's not Huel.
Yeah.
All right, so Elves takes this one down easily. Not a great match. Probably should have scouted that a little bit better, but we're not actually going to scout.
Fire me for it.
Hey.
We'll come back in about 30 minutes here for round number 3.
Yeah, potentially. I might not live to see round number 3.
None of us might.
Yeah.
So if you're lucky, you're going to get us back for round number 3.
If we're lucky, you won't. See ya.
This is a